Hey, welcome back to the Gang Breaks Kayfabe. It's been a while. Kayfabe started to get a little too strong, so we knew we had to come back. We had to combine our forces once again. The four horse people of podcasting. Some would call it a figure forecast, if you will.
I don't think we own the rights to that one.
The copyright infringement by now gotta be available.
The people who would call that would be in legal trouble. That's why we're not.
Well, one of us came up with the name and the concept of the show. So no matter what a certain documentary might say, but we are here to break kayfabe. We're here to talk about the current going on in the pro wrestling world, and then we've got some dream matches to discuss, and not just any dream matches, but our own personal dream matches. These are our wet dream matches that we. Is that what you guys did?
There is no liquid in mine.
You were.
Mine are going to be real weird then. But that's okay. It's my list.
Mine are the same as you would think.
I am interested if Tim could guess my three once we get to them. We'll see if Tim can guess.
So. I can guess at least a couple of them.
I bet. Yeah, I figure. One, I'm throwing a bit of a curveball.
Everyone here can guess mine.
Well, I can guess one of yours. You in China.
I can guess all three. I think I know.
Yeah, I'll let you try to guess mine too, because you probably know.
All right, and Jason, you are going to be the three. Each of us give our three dream matches, and then you are going to rate those by which ones you would want to travel and watch.
Yes, which one I feel would be worth me traveling along for free and getting in as your plus one. Which one of these matches I'd be like, oh yeah, I do a road trip for that.
And if you guys don't know Jason, even when he says he gets in for free, he still is going to have pretty high standards.
True story.
Oh, and I will boo you. Even if I did get in for free, I'm still going to shit on the show.
Yeah. Which is your right as a non-paying customer.
These Jason's so like my indie ones, Jason's travel with me to these matches. He could actually speak on first. Yeah, it was okay.
Like, I was there the first time around. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, he could speak on mine. In a way, but let's get things started off with some of the news that came out last week when we didn't record, but. WWE is apparently in the process of utilizing AI to write their storylines.
So Draven's take is going to be the best on this because he loves AI and hates WWE.
Yeah, so this will be interesting. So the storyline that came out in the news involved Bobby Lashley, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the storyline? He was like an admirer of like Japanese culture all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's Lord Tensai's exact story.
Yeah.
And he doesn't work for the company.
Right.
Small details.
Which is just a minor detail. Apparently, neither did Andrade, but he does. So.
I was just gonna say Lashley still might have a no compete they haven't told him about.
Yeah. Who knows? Who has to not get paid by the WWE to not work.
I was looking through my mail. I have a no compete. I don't remember getting that.
Me too. And I was like, no problem.
Austin just sent you that, so you felt included.
That's why I didn't get booked for that AEW Dark thing.
The only reason I'm not competing at AEW is because of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but I thought it would be fun to try out ChatGPT, see what they could come up with for a wrestling storyline. So. Oh, God.
That's about the only thing I don't use my ChatGPT for.
I gotta admit, this is much better I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's much better than the Bobby Lashley storyline. So the prompt I gave it was write a professional wrestling storyline for the Beast Mortos and All Elite Wrestling that would span 6 months worth of television and pay-per-views.
Wow.
So it wrote out a full 6 month professional wrestling storyline structured to fit the pacing and storytelling style of All Elite Wrestling. It includes TV feuds, major turning points, and pay-per-view matches.
Does it also include him being off TV for 3 months for no random reason?
Sort of.
Okay, that's pretty accurate.
He said that. He said style of AEW.
I guess not.
It does actually include that. It said the story mixes supernatural mystique, old school monster heel psychology, and modern long form AEW storytelling. So
It doesn't exist.
here is the character overview of the Beast Mortos. This is their
If it is not a Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, I'm gonna be so pissed.
God. I wish I would have put in there. Also, make it Cartoon Network available. Character overview. The presentation for Beast Mortos. He's a terrifying, almost mythic figure with a black iron mask, animalistic movements, and eerie silence. His entrance is slow, ritualistic, with flickering lanterns and a low, droning theme. In-ring style. He's a powerhouse brawler with methodical pacing, reminiscent. Oh yeah, you did him dirty. Reminiscent of Kane in his prime years,
Ew.
which
Ew.
had prime years.
Yeah, they were Isaac Yankum.
So a little side note, we mentioned Kane. So I have a candle burning, and my daughter made a joke about fire, and I said, "Well, it'll be an Inferno match." She goes, "A what?" And I said, "An Inferno match." He says, "No, she goes, that's a thing." I was like, "Okay." So
Oh,
I watched
no.
Undertaker and Kane Inferno match. She goes, "This is the worst idea ever."
Those matches
She's
are
not wrong.
terrible.
Now you have to show her the WCW Human Torch match with Vampiro and Sting. It's only fair.
Have you showed her the Chamber of Horrors match from WCW yet? With Cactus Jack and all those.
You are slacking. This is bad parenting.
This is day one parenting.
Shane Douglas worked a show with PNC a while back, and she went to get a picture with him. And I said, "Yeah, she's." And he goes, "You probably never seen me wrestle or something." He's like, "She's seen your promo from whenever ECW formed." He goes, "You're a bad parent for letting." That's what Shane Douglas told me. And I said, "Probably."
And for raising a daughter that wants Shane Douglas' autograph.
Hey,
Yeah.
No,
I want Shane Douglas. I want his autograph on the contract that he fucking offered me a few years back.
that was unnecessary shade thrown at Shane Douglas. Really, I mean,
Nah.
So yeah, he's reminiscent of Kane and Kane's prime years, which the closest thing I can think of is when he wore the green and black and was with DX.
He never actually wore that.
He never actually wore that.
Great. So we're just coming up with new Mandela effects for me, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need more of that.
I don't know if it's a Mandela effect or just your consumption of substances that are maybe warping your prefrontal cortex.
Everything's green to me, brother.
And he will also have the unhinged unpredictability of Bruiser Brody. So they give him the same. I think his finisher is a choke slam into a sit out power bomb, isn't it, or something similar?
I don't know. He never wins.
I don't remember.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
They're gonna call it the burial. Which, so month one.
That's
This
the pedigree, brother.
This is the debut and the build. They call this month one the Omen part of the storyline. Cryptic vignettes air, whispers, lanterns, and dark woods, animal growls, and glimpses of Mortos' mask. The words "the beast is coming" flash across the screen.
Oh god, that's gross.
His handler begins appearing backstage, silently observing matches involving mid-card wrestlers. So then in week 4, mid-card wrestlers, and then in week 4, during a match between Darby Allin and Swerve Strickland, mid-carders. The lights go out. When they return, Mortos is standing in the ring. He annihilates both men, leaving them unconscious. At the end of month 1, at the AEW Revolution pay-per-view, he makes his official in-ring debut in a handicap match against 2 enhancement talents. Tony Khan would never book that on a pay-per-view.
On a pay-per-view.
If
Uh,
Mercedes gets her way, this could be Beast Mortos' future. So
yeah. Total squash. He doesn't celebrate. He simply leaves to the crowd of flickering lanterns. A line for the announcer. Mortos is not here to join AEW. He's here to haunt it. I I think here to hunt it would be better. I mean, if you're gonna go with that, like here to hunt it would be better. Anyways, month 2 is the reckoning. His first feud begins. He attacks Darby Allin backstage. Darby cuts passionate promos about fear and darkness. The hooded handler begins delivering brief, cryptic statements. The beast has chosen his prey. Mortos remains silent. At the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view, Darby Allin versus the Beast Mortos in a violent match with no DQ. Mortos wins decisively after catching Darby mid-coffin drop into the burial. Then he drags his unconscious
Whoa,
body to
hold
the
on.
stage.
Can we get some logistics on that?
How does that work? It's a
That's a
choke
choke
slam into a
slam,
power bomb. He
So
catches him backwards.
catches him.
spins him around.
He's got to catch him German style, reach around and grab the throat, twist him up, and go.
He
You
can
know,
do
the
it.
reach rounds,
It's
the
dark.
reach rounds illegal in wrestling. For that,
That and the pile driver, brother.
Frowned upon.
round on.
After the match, he drags Darby's unconscious body to the stage and then hangs Darby's skateboard on a hook like a trophy. And the announcers proclaim that Mortos has claimed his first victim.
I like the trophy. Yeah.
Month 3, the fear spreads. This is the dominance arc. Mortos begins attacking random wrestlers backstage, baby faces and heels, leaving them unconscious. A Mortos
Okay.
curse, a Mortos curse narrative spreads. Anyone who faces him disappears from TV the next week. Eddie
Well,
Kingston,
that's just AEW. That's just AEW.
Eddie Kingston cuts a fiery promo calling out the Beast Mortos, setting up a confrontation. At Forbidden Door, Eddie fights with the pure heart, nearly toppling Mortos, but Mortos endures no selling offense and finally planting Eddie with the burial. But Mortos shows his first hint of frustration because Eddie made him bleed. And the announcer should say, Mortos is unstoppable, but not invincible.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Are you guys really getting the storyline right now? Like, are you guys feeling it? Like,
I'm good with it so far.
Month 4, it's the Hunter's Rise. John Moxley and the Blackpool Combat Club begin discussing Mortos on commentary and promos, calling him a threat to the locker room. A backstage segment shows Mox confronting Mortos face to face. There's an intense stare down with no words. Mortos demolishes Wheeler Yuta in a singles match, and Moxley declares war. At the AEW All-In pay-per-view, Moxley versus Mortos in an unsanctioned match, my favorites. Moxley targets the mask, trying to tear it off. Total bloodbath. Mortos powers through everything and barely beats Mox after a brutal powerbomb through a barbed wire board. He walks away limping, showing that he can be hurt. And the announcers proclaim that Mortos bleeds but still stands tall. The locker room has to realize this monster is for real. Then month 5 is the unmasking. After weeks of dominance, Mortos begins showing signs of, it says instability, but I don't think that's what it's supposed to mean. Show signs of weakness. Footage airs of him clutching the mask, implying the mask holds the power. Hangman Adam Page steps up, referencing his own battles with darkness, and promises to expose the beast for what he really is. Mortos begins destroying Hangman's friends. At All Out, Hangman rips part of the mask during the match against the Beast Mortos, revealing a flash of fear in Mortos' eyes. Mortos barely escapes with a roll-through pin, his first vulnerable finish. Post-match, the lights flicker erratically. The handler looks worried for the first time. And the announcers put over that the mask is his weakness. Then, finally, month 6, the final ritual. Hangman and Mox form an uneasy alliance to stop Mortos. Mortos grows increasingly erratic, destroying backstage areas, attacking referees. The handler begins losing control. AEW management, kayfabe management, because ChatGPT's like, I'm a smart mark. They declare a ritual match at the next pay-per-view. If Mortos loses, the mask must be removed. So at AEW Full Gear, it's the Beast Mortos versus Adam Page versus John Moxley. No falls or no DQ, falls count anywhere, ritual match. There's an epic cinematic brawl spilling into the crowd and backstage. Mox takes out the handler with a paradigm shift. Hangman hits the buckshot lariat, followed by Mox's Death Rider. Together, they
Buckshot Larry in the back. I like to know that, but okay.
But things happen, you know. Together they remove the mask after the pinfall. Mordos lies still, his human face exposed for the first time. The lights dim. When they come back, he's gone, leaving only the mask in the ring. The announcers, you can defeat the monster, but evil never dies. Uh, so the aftermath, the mask remains a totem in AEW, appearing randomly in backstage segments. Mordos returns later, mask reclaimed, perhaps with a new handler or a whole cult faction. He could have a heel run again or even an anti-hero babyface turn. Key selling points: cinematic horror blended with hard hitting wrestling, progressive build, multiple main eventers involved, long term replay value. The mask mythology can live on even during Mortis' absence, making his eventual return a major event. So that's what AEW or AI came up with, which is not bad. I mean,
No.
You didn't even give it a prompt to like elevate him to the main event, and it just knew that Mortos is the man. Let's make him a main eventer.
yeah, I mean, honestly, from the perspective of this is Beast Mortos, like this is a much better storyline. God.
That's right. This is a push, brother. He's beating like all the main eventers.
So I don't know what company WWE hired for this and who they have running it, but guys, right here, me and my free ass Chat GPT account can get you
Is this
much
a
better
job?
storylines.
Was this a job interview?
Yeah.
You do this all the time.
I got you. Uh,
I mean, honestly, that was pretty solid, man. I didn't.
it is better than I expected.
So the triple. Let me just go ahead and throw wrenches in things then. So the triple
Okay.
threat, the only thing up was his mask. Like, why is it a triple threat then? Like the other two guys are like, we could still fight each other, but all we really want to do is beat him. I don't get it. And who is this masked handler?
I was gonna say,
Banks.
in my mind, it's Evil Uno, and then he is part of the Dark Order, and he like, makes it like an actual shoot, like horror version of the Dark Order, not the goofy shit.
Okay.
He with some tweets.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw out a random WWE wrestler, current wrestler.
Gunther.
Speaking of Gunther, did you see AEW register the trademark Big Van Walter? Which was what he used on the Indies, which is real fucking weird. Yeah. That's what he went by at first before he dropped it to just Walter, but that's super fucking weird that they would trademark that.
Yeah.
So I said write a 3-month professional wrestling storyline for Gunther and WWE. They are basically
He went to Japan.
no, they're literally writing the storyline, everything that he did when he came to main roster. Like
It's the same thing that gave you. It's the same thing it gave you for Mortos, the powers in his mask, and
it's almost word for word like what, like even the same guys like Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, some Seth Rollins stuff, some Ricochet, Bronson Reed. Yeah, it's like all the shit that he actually did. But speaking of storylines, did you guys see the pitch from Bully Ray about a storyline for LA Knight?
I saw the headline and saw like the first sentence saying something about losing his voice or something. That's all. And then I'd already lost interest.
So
I had not.
So Bully Ray pitched a storyline where he thinks that what could really get LA Knight over, and I don't know. I'll be interested to see what you guys think of this. He said that it should end up being like a blood feud. He would have someone on the roster take a steel chair, and you'd probably have to have like a tag team or something like, or a group like solos, but one person would take a steel chair and like put it against LA Knight's throat, and then another person would grab another chair, smash it down in, crushing LA Knight's larynx so he can't talk, which you are taking away LA Knight's like one thing that gets him over.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd be trying, he'd want to be doing that, but he couldn't. And then Bully Ray says like the crowd would fucking explode once he finally was able to do that again, like the first time. And it would like be a pretty good, which at first I was like, why would you take the one thing? But that might not be the worst idea for him. Like, make people want to hear it again.
Well, also, the crowd, if he does the.
Yeah, they're still
Yeah.
gonna say it.
They'll be screaming it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I are you guys where do you guys I can't really remember. Where do you guys like kind of rate LA Knight? Because like I'm not a fan.
I'm not either.
I feel like he's the most TNA wrestler of
He
all
moves
TNA wrestlers.
so awkward.
He's very charismatic and great on the mic, but then the bell rings and he's competent, but he's not anything worth watching.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Another storyline, not really a storyline, just a thing that could have happened in WWE. Apparently, Charles Manson was a huge fan of Bray Wyatt. And according to ex-WWE writer Nick Manfredini, uh, Manson really, really wanted to meet Bray Wyatt in person, and the idea was brought to both Triple H and Vince McMahon's desks, and they both immediately shot it down. Uh, but I guess a mutual friend of apparently it was one of Wyatt's former college football teammates was a prison guard at the facility where Manson was being held. So apparently that former teammate showed Charles Manson some of Bray Wyatt's promos and stuff, and Manson like fell in love with him, thought he was amazing, and really, really wanted to meet him. Uh, but it never, whatever. But like, are you guys as shocked as I am that Vince turned that down?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
that
I
not
mean
seem
that
like?
seems like a shock and awe money grab.
The guy that tried to get OJ Simpson to wrestle at WrestleMania 12, yeah, he would be all a fucking about that.
Do you think so? If Bray Wyatt was around in the Attitude Era and there was a chance Charles Manson could have appeared, like he definitely would have done it then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 100%. They would have even done a storyline where like
Even if he didn't want to do it, Russo would have pitched it so many fucking times. He just let Russo do whatever the fuck he wanted eventually.
I could see them doing a storyline where like Manson shows up and he all of a sudden like has his own cult, like he has WWE wrestlers as his cult, and they're doing the dirty work for him. Like,
Well, they're not going to let him out of prison for a long-term thing like that, though.
well, Vince has
Never mind. They have the connections now. They can get anyone out of prison.
Russo working for Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
which makes so much more sense than what Dre.
I got that wrong, but it was a funny thought.
Yeah, at first I was like, God, they are fucking NWA is desperate. Is that what it was? NWA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, JCW makes way more sense. Like that, he should fit in pretty well there.
Well, they're talking about he's an investor in a company. I assume that means he's working for free for equity.
Yeah.
Seriously, I
For
bet he's
Fago.
working for equity.
I assume it means he's getting a payday, and they're also just giving him a cut of the profits. He has not had to put any money in.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Vince's, more specifically Vince McMahon, Dolph Ziggler recently told a story about Vince McMahon, and it's an actual positive story. According to Ziggler, Vince once forked over $500,000 to Madison Square Garden to let John Cena and Dolph Ziggler give the Madison Square Garden crowd a proper main event. Apparently, the MSG has a age-old curfew in place, and if you go past a certain time, you're fined $500,000 immediately. So when that started, like I guess Cena and Ziggler were supposed to be doing a steel cage match in the main event on the house show. Time was running really short though, and I guess they were being told they're probably going to have about 8 minutes, including their entrances. So an 8 minute cage match, which ends up being probably about 4 minutes once your entrances and everything. So both of them, Cena wasn't thrilled about it at all, and went and talked to Vince, and Vince didn't hesitate, according to Dolph. Said him and Cena should go out there and give people their money's worth. The cage match wound up going almost half an hour, and WWE paid the $500,000, which then Ziggler goes on to say, I like Dolphler, goes on to say that in the match he busted his front teeth out during so might have been a better thing.
So I'm calling bullshit on this story.
You think?
So the curfew isn't about like when the show ends, it's about when the workers get off. So if there's 8 minutes left, that's not enough time to tear everything down, get them done with their jobs, and get them out of there. So he's going to have to go over anyways.
Yeah. Well, unless he was saying like
They can get it down in 2 hours, and the show's supposed to end at 10.
And I also will throw another bullshit flag on this one, because if the timing was off that bad, then I think it's Billy Kidman who times the shows. I think he would have got fired over it.
True.
If you know there's a curfew and you let people go long enough to where you lose $500,000 on it, Vince isn't just going to be like, that Billy Kidman. You got me this time.
Well, you heard it here first. Aaron Draven calls Dolph Ziggler a liar.
Yeah, I kind of did, didn't I?
He's like, what? No, yeah, that's
yeah.
Was any other current news going on in wrestling? Anything going on that you guys have? Well, we never really got Draven's take on the AI and WWE thing.
I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. Like, that first thing that came out was horrendous, but you just used it 5 minutes there and it gave a better story for Mortos than AEW's done, period. I think it's all about the prompts you put in and then the tweaks you make to what it gives you. But like, if you're just letting it book a whole storyline and it's doing bullshit like the fucking Bobby Lashley as Lord Tensai, obviously that sucks.
Completely down to the last letter.
So you're saying AI is Vince Russo. It's good when it's got someone telling him yes or no or tweaking stuff, but just let loose, it'll end up.
I would never disrespect AI by calling it Vince Russo.
I do wonder though, like, well, I mean, wrestling storyline, like current storyline writers do this a lot too. Like, there's only so many stories you can tell in wrestling. So AI is going to kind of just be like repeating, because it's going to have to feed off the shit.
I mean, it's what we do anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, again though, like
if you expand the storytelling beyond the confines of just a wrestling arena and backstage, like they did in the Attitude Era, there's so many more stories you can tell.
But again, I don't think we should have industries losing. Like, people shouldn't be basically no longer able to find jobs in any industry because AI is going to take over fucking everything. But that is the world.
That's all right. I embrace it, because then we'll have to do universal basic income if nobody has a job. So
that's the only thing that I keep being like, well, I mean, if nobody's like I don't know if these billionaires. So here's my new conspiracy theory. We won't get super into it, but I'm pretty positive all the billionaires are legit lizard people or aliens. Zuckerberg, Bezos,
oh boy, we're getting demonetized.
Peter Thiel, all of them, like, they all have a similar
good point
look, right? Like, they all kind of have like they're all weirdos.
Oh.
So I don't think they want us to be around. So if they can get everything to AI, they can have their utopia.
And well, then there goes my big announcement about all the new money backers we had. Thanks.
Yeah, this will be featured on Amazon Prime Video.
I don't want them. I mean, you guys. I mean, yeah, you guys can enjoy the.
Jason had a high-level meeting with Zuckerberg just last week, and you just ruined it.
So that had to be weird.
It was Paul Zuckerberg, no relation, but
right. Exactly, the dude that walked out front of Jason's hotel.
That's not the same guy.
I can give you some money. I've seen your face on a book. I know.
Your face is on your shirt. You must be important. Let me give you some money.
Well, speaking of money, how about y'all buy some t-shirts? And we're going to tell you how right now. Then we're going to come back and talk about some dream matches. So check out the commercial and order some shirts.
This t-shirt is gross, but what do I do? It's all I got.
That's the only shirt you've got? I might have a solution for you then. If you go to ProWrestlingTees.com and you search for Aaron Draven, which I think you guys can all see right there on the screen how to spell it, you can find official Gang Breaks Kayfabe t-shirts. That's right. Jason, can you believe it?
I can't, but what I can believe is you can get your official shirt of either all of us, or you can choose which one of us you like the best and get just our shirt. Fine.
Breaks kayfabe, full logo on a pink shirt, or pick. Do you prefer Vance, Jason, Cash, or Omega, and get a yellow shirt? Oh, I wish he wasn't doing that.
That's so
Let's get him a
weird.
long sleeve shirt.
So the only thing you guys didn't mention,
But Draven,
I'll bring
how do
up-
they find
I'll bring
those
up the
shirts
price.
again?
They are $19.99 each, no matter what design you pick. ProWrestlingTees.com/wrestlers-t-shirts/Aaron Draven. Super easy to remember. Definitely not going to be on the screen here because you're going to be able to remember it without me even putting a graphic up.
And go buy them. That way I can afford to buy one for myself.
I don't need this anymore.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Lord.
Here we go. That was the whole reason he wanted to do this, is so he can take his shirt off.
Right now,
Well, you know, to play this damn game.
All right, now that everybody has brand new T-shirts, we can't wait for you to show them off. I'm sure we just made thousands of dollars. How long can you hold that?
Not much longer.
The cramps are setting in.
But you all have got your dream T-shirts now, so we're going to talk about our dream matches.
Ooh, Cash, let me guess
Segue.
yours first.
Okay,
Let me
so
guess.
yeah, can you guess my top three dream matches? So this is the ones again, not against like a local indie person.
Yes, I know one
Okay.
for sure. It's
Okay.
Samoa Joseph.
Correct.
I'm going to guess Bret the Hitman Hart.
No.
Ooh.
Eddie Kingston.
No.
Oh,
Suzu-
that was
Suzuki.
No. That honorable mention.
Murder Grandpa?
All honorable mentions though were Suzuki and Roderick Strong.
I will go with, oh shit, I have some.
Mathawa.
Nope.
Nick
Uh,
Gage.
Nope.
Chris Hero.
Nope.
Punk.
All right. So
Okay. Just
my
tell-
number two, I said it was going to be a bit of a curveball. So this is going to be a tag match. Me and
Oh.
Freebird Brian Cross, the Bastard Sons of Rock and Roll versus the Briscoe
That's-
brothers.
Oh,
Mark
Chris
and
Jericho,
Jay.
yeah.
I was thinking FTR, but we always
not Jerry and Jack.
not
Jerry-
I would rather see that one.
Sometimes you can wrestle Jerry and Jack before you just get sick of it. But yeah, the Briscoe brothers, that was always a dream match that we had in mind that we were starting to get very close to with Remix until Freebird went and blew his lung out.
That
Selfish.
guy.
Just selfish.
Uh-huh.
Kidding, I love you, Freebird. And then my third one is I put Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens, whatever. But because it would be like a mirror match almost. So those were my three.
Sammy's not getting that kind of treatment from me.
So let me guess Vance's three. Because
I think I know two of them,
Triple H,
obviously.
Yeah, of course.
obviously. Shawn Michaels.
And actually, Triple H was on it and then off of it and then back on it. The only,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
the only,
Wait.
the only reason why I took it off is quality of match. Like, the quality of the match would not be as good as some other options I would have. Just because Triple H is so much bigger than me, and a lot of my offense, I work a lot of smaller guys, so a lot of the stuff I do is dependent on me being able to throw someone a little bit. So Triple H almost came out for that, but
I thought you were going to say because you couldn't decide if you wanted to be Triple H or Terrorizing.
I didn't think my trunks would fit being that hard for the entire match.
My second guess is Shawn Michaels,
Ding, ding, ding.
and then my third guess is AJ Styles.
Oh, AJ's the one that subbed in for Triple H, but he is not my.
I know the third. I know the third one.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley.
That is a different list altogether.
I got one more guess. Jason, you got a guess?
When I tell you, you guys are gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Osprey.
He was in consideration, but he didn't make it. Yeah, he was in consideration for that Triple H spot. Him, AJ, and Triple H. It was all close between those three for the last spot, but this guy beat all those out.
My last guess is Eddie Guerrero.
No.
My last
Yeah.
guess is Kurt Angle.
Nope. He'd be in top 10, but no. Jason?
Yeah. Let's see. So if it's no one like that, someone flippy. Someone flippy.
Not really.
No. I was just trying to figure after you said how you were
Kinda.
trying to get rid of Triple H on the list. So it is Brian Danielson.
Boom, he got it.
There we go.
Even as
He'll-
and that, I definitely would never really call him flippy. I just
Yeah, I
was
like
running through
really-
names.
Yeah, he almost made my list too.
So yours was Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and what was the okay.
Okay.
All right.
Joe, Briscoe Brothers, and Kevin Steen.
You guys can try and guess mine here.
Rey Mysterio Jr.,
Yes, I think Rey Mysterio Jr. Who?
Eddie Guerrero. Okay. Those are definitely
Wow.
my top two guesses. Shawn Michaels on yours?
Yes,
Okay, Shawn Michaels.
that's the number 2. No,
Bret Hart. Oh,
Osprey.
nope. He was in consideration, but nope.
Chris Jericho.
No. Why? Why?
I thought maybe like Lionheart days, like prime WW.
Christian.
Oh, I didn't consider him, but no, he wouldn't have made it.
Uh,
I think does Draven want?
give us
I mean-
Draven. Was he a Fed guy or not a Fed guy? Just tell us that.
One of the remaining ones is currently a Fed guy.
Wow, Seth Rollins.
Finn Balor.
You guys will be kicking yourself when you realize it.
AJ.
Joaquin Wild.
AJ Styles. I mean,
Okay.
I don't you remember the little hooded vest when I first started? There was like a belly vest, like Aladdin.
Dude, I was there too. That's why I wore the shorts.
Yeah.
Wow, I did that season where I wore the AJ shorts. Yeah.
Season of the Shorts.
So AJ's number 1, Michaels is number 2, and the third one is also a tag match.
Oh, you
Okay.
cheaters.
It would be I'll tell you my team, and you guys can try and see who to. Me and Zach versus
Young Bucks.
yeah.
Young Bucks. Yep.
Okay.
So AJ, Shawn Michaels, and the Young Bucks.
I was getting ready to guess a little bit ago, like I was gonna say Matt Jackson, and then I was like, why would he pick one of the guys?
Yeah. That is no. I would have picked Nick if I was going to pick one because he's the flippy one.
I would have picked Matt.
Nick is
You're taking a lot of Northern Light suplexes then.
I think I think Matt sells better,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
I want to beat him up. So
I think Matt's the more
I think
dramatic.
Matt's the Matt Hardy. He's the overall better worker, but Nick's the Jeff Hardy where he can do the fun shit that you want to do.
Agreed.
All right. So we
Nathan?
got a couple tag match bangers in there. All right, Jason.
So
What I think he should do, is pick one from each of ours that he'd like to see the most.
all right. We'll go with Kim with AJ.
Okay.
I didn't.
That wasn't even on his list.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's better. Actually, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
Actually.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
do who you think would be
The best one for each of us. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then also
yeah.
pick one of our three.
Okay. All right. So
Tim's were Shawn Michaels, Bryan Danielson, and Triple H.
I think Danielson would be better. Like you said, Triple H. Just the size. No.
I would
Like, it
just be
won't
doing
work.
Shawn Michaels
right.
impersonation. I'm pretty
And
sure.
you would just be like caught in the deer in the headlights kind of gimmick.
Hard.
Let's
The
see.
whole time, Tim would be like, "I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, I love you."
It's like one chop. I'm sorry. I love you.
All right. So Cash, Brody King.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That would be
looks like
good.
you and
Yeah.
Joe.
Okay.
Although the tag match is definitely an interesting choice. But yeah, I think you and Joe would be hard. I mean, they'd all be hard hitting, but not. All right. Omega. I do like the Osprey idea that I already had. I think that it would be Flippy Magic. Two men who don't care if they actually get injured during a match for the
True
sake of the
story.
crowd, no matter how big or small the crowd may be. Um,
Young Bucks tag match.
Yeah, as I say, honestly, I think it's a tag match. I mean, with you and Zach, yeah,
That would
I
be a
think
good
that
tag
would
match.
be fantastic.
Tim, did you never work AJ?
Team Big Time. I did that training thing
You
with
did
him.
the
I
training
ran
thing with him.
I
Hey,
ran teams with him, but I've never
A
actually.
lot of
Can
my
you tell-
true answers I've actually got to work already because X-Pac would have been on my list had I not worked him already. Janetti was a favorite. Too Cold Scorpio definitely would have been on the list if I didn't already work him.
Hey Tim, can you tell that story about AJ when he worked Tri-State?
Oh, the racist one? I already told that, I'm sure, on this podcast. Have I not?
I don't think you can tell that story. We're good.
No, I sure can.
And technical difficulties graphic right now.
I wasn't there. I was fired.
No, you weren't there.
I didn't
Yeah, you're.
attend the training.
It's one
I
of your
had no money.
It's one of your temporary firings.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, why do I have to
That's
pay
why
to
it
be a
happened.
better wrestler for your company? That's stupid. I don't have any money. Okay. What's the story?
Okay, so AJ Styles came and taught a seminar here in 2003, and two guys were running late. It was Carlton Kaz and DDK. And DDK is a black man for this story. That is an important detail to know. Or no. It was not. DDK was there.
It was raw talent. Was it?
Come on. It was
What?
Carlton Kaz.
We're looking worse than anything AJ's about to say.
He said it. But it was Carlton and Bruce were together, and DDK was already there. That's why. So they were running late to the AG seminar, and we're all like, come on, they're running late to, And so they come up with this elaborate thing to do to these guys to rib them. So here's what went down. So they start doing this drill where you're just mat working, real aggressive, mat chain rolling with AJ. So one guy does it or whatever, and then it becomes DDK's time to go. So they go, and then AJ gets in a stuck position, and then goes, "Hey, do you not know what we're doing here?" And kind of gets annoyed with DDK. And DDK's, "Oh yeah, sorry, man," and blah blah. So they go again, and AJ pops up in the middle of the chain, and goes, "Dude, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to hurt me?" That's friggin'. He goes, "Do you not know how to work, boy?" To AJ does DDK. And you look at Kaz, so we're all in on this, but Carlton Kaz and Bruce Gray. And you look at them, they're like, oh my God, which you would, obviously. So then DDK goes, who you calling boy? He goes over and checks AJ. So AJ jumps him in, and then there's a big pull apart. Just like in wrestling, we're doing a pull apart. They're cussing. AJ said mildly racist things. I thought they taught you guys how to work, and I mean it was pretty racist. So we all get a pull apart, and then they go, let them go, let them go, let them go, and then they run out at each other like they're going to fight, and then they hug and start dying laughing. And Carlton and Bruce just completely shit themselves thinking. Well, also ARPA made it worse when this was all going down. He went over to them and said, because he didn't know DDK, he had never worked for us. He went over to Carlton and Bruce and said, "This is all your fault. AJ's not even going to stay for the show, and it's all your fault." So there's your AJ.
Please tell me DDK called AJ Styles a honky or a cracker.
Oh, he definitely did. Yeah. But then AJ left and went right off the side of the flat Earth.
And one notable thing about DDK, didn't he stop like a school shooting at the college he was going to?
Yeah, it was a knifing. They came into
Knife,
the admissions office with a knife, and they had stabbed a couple people, and he took like 12 stabs, like fighting this guy, and finally got him stopped or whatever. It became like national news. Yeah.
Yeah. I like DDK.
I do too.
Yeah,
I worked him a few times.
Yeah, and I like Devlin too.
Yeah.
Black Irish Saints were good.
I remember, so Devlin, the first time we ever worked each other, I think, what's the promotion? I always have to ask you, what's the promotion where you and Mox were a team?
Mad Pro.
Okay, it was that. It was like a smaller show though that they did. And it was the first time me and Devlin had ever worked each other, been on the same show, and in the back we're talking.
I was on.
Okay, you were on that show too. And Devlin asked, I think that was the show Mox was at. It was at a bank or something.
So the Brian Danielson one is the closest one I've got to ever happening because I've been on a show with him, and he worked my tag partner. but not me.
Well, so Devlin asked me who are some workers I really like what's my style and everything, and I was like, yeah, Masawa, uh, Brett, everything. So then we went and had our match, and then afterwards when we came back, he's like, God damn, man, I knew as soon as you said the Masawa was one of your favorites that this was gonna be stiff as fuck. He's like, it was fun though. He's like it was a fun match. So, but yeah, we lit each other up.
So now we got is our indies is what we're
I think these are going to be more fun here.
Mine are lame.
Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go first since it was kind of my idea and I already had mine in mind, pretty much?
Yeah.
All right. So for sure, the first one I would pick, me and Zach, 1997 WCW in the cruiserweight division on Nitro. That would be fucking fun, and I think we both would have got way over. The next one, I definitely would have. I think me and Vance in current day AEW, like us at our primes, doing what we could do together. I think we both would have got jobs.
So that's one of mine already.
And the other one's gonna be an oddball. You guys, I don't think are gonna. Me and Bill Collier in current day TNA.
Okay.
TNA. Okay.
I like it.
Also, we would get a Mustafa Ali match if we were doing that feud.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. But I've always had it set in my head who my top 5 are that I have the most chemistry with. Like I can't have a bad match. It's Zach, Vance, Bill Collier, Bobby Shields, and John McChesney. Like I've never had a bad match with any of those guys. Anytime I see them on a list next to me, it's like fuck yeah.
It's almost impossible to have a bad match with Zach.
Yeah, I mean, so you want me to go ahead?
I was unconscious in a match with Zach. I fucked up the Christopher Daniels split leg moonsault to the outside. I bashed my head on the ground, and I'm unconscious in the match. And Zach's just calling the next spot, and we're just fucking. The match still ends up being good. There's still Spanish Fly for the finish. Like it was fucking nuts.
Well, I think they have.
That's how easy it is to work.
There's no padding on the ring. We get out to the ring.
I remember this.
And they just put boards, and I took the sleeper claim and the next thing I know, I'm sitting on my butt and I'm in the sleeper, and Zach's going, "Hey, big guy." You okay? I was like, "Yeah."
Man, that sleeper slam. I would take it from him, and I was okay because I was short. Like the taller you are, the worse that landing is.
Yeah. Zach was per capita. He's almost knocked me unconscious more than anybody else in wrestling.
For how flippy and small he is, you do not expect him to be that stiff either. He's a snug worker.
Me and Tim both did it with him. Yep. Punch, punch. He kicks our hand away on the third punch, and then he does a spinning roundhouse kick. I would hear my skull crack every fucking time.
Dude, I've worked Zach 20 times at least, and I've done it every match. And
You had to have worked him. You had to have worked him way more than that. We kept track of ours.
Yeah.
That last revenge one was like our 38th or 39th or something.
oh yeah, then
I bet you
more than
over
Draven.
50.
Yeah. So Zach is my other one, is one
Okay.
of mine. And Zach on his would be the AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe time in TNA, that X division.
That's a
Me
good.
and Zach in that.
That's a good
And
pick.
then me and Draven in AEW, and then me and Cash in Ring of Honor in 2003.
That's also a good one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
2004, around there.
so.
With-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say mine seems like a suck up to the guys on the podcast, but these are the people I have the most chemistry with for obvious reasons. We're still our friends. So
So mine would be me and Vance, but mine was I like the Ring of Honor one too. So this would be very interchangeable. But mine is at peak, which I know this is the smallest promotion out of all the ones we've talked about, but peak CZW. Only because of how much influence the early CZW stuff had on me and Vance.
we wouldn't have a moveset.
The music videos we used to watch that we can no longer find, unfortunately. If anyone out there has
Please.
the old school CZW music videos, they used to be released on
Every week.
CZW's Denmark site,
Yes.
and every week there'd be a new music video. We watched those fucking things
religiously. The
over
same
and
song.
over and over again. All of the songs from them, like we had
I have
playlists.
I have a vague memory of one of the times me, Proctor, and Wicked stayed with you, Vance. Like 2 a.m, you take us to some, I don't know where you took us, but you took us somewhere that had a laptop in this like office, and you're showing us all these Ring of Honor videos.
Yeah, CZW. A lot of those music videos I showed them. Rocky still blames that for why he got hurt in the ladder match because he watched those videos, and then he decided that he was
Full of Rick Blade.
do something crazy, and there you go.
Well, there's still times when me or Vance will text each other and be like, "Hey, this song, was it a CCW music video song?" And like one of us will have to confirm it for the other one.
And know the match. I'll be like, oh yeah, that was Trent Acid versus.
Or yeah, hey,
Yeah,
this song, what match
Pain.
was it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think just for the influence it had on us at that time,
that's fair.
especially.
I
Oh, go ahead.
PWG with me and Zach, which would have been a smaller one, but
I will also do a match with Zach, and I think for me and Zach, I would go with the Ring of Honor, um, just for the style difference that, and we always were able to pull that off pretty well. And then my third one, I'm gonna kind of pull this one out of my ass because I didn't understand the instructions clearly. Uh, I'm just the host of the show. I shouldn't have to know things too. Um, my third one would be, who did I always have really good matches with? Um, oh, okay. So here's one that I never got to have, and it was my fault that I didn't have the match. But my third one would be me and Jason Kincaid in AEW.
Oh, that's a good pick.
I like that. I like that idea.
That would be mine. We didn't get that. We didn't almost get to have the match at AEW, but we did almost get to have the match at Remix, and it was completely my call. I didn't feel like I would be able to give that the match with Jason Kincaid at the time would not be as good as a match if Jason Kincaid wrestled. I think Zach, maybe. So I swapped myself out for Zach, and I worked. I think it was Zach and Freebird versus it was the three of them in a triple threat, and then I worked somebody else. I forget who now.
Is it the ladder match that they was it Kincaid? Because I worked Kincaid, Zach, and Chris Silvio in a ladder match at Remix.
No, it wasn't that one.
Okay.
yeah, all those people are friends of my life in different portions of my life. That entire four-way, like Sylvia was my buddy at OVW, and then like Kincaid's kind of my buddy now when we're at shows because we're like the old men, so we always hang out together and work each other a lot now. And then you two were the middle of my career.
Shout out to Jason.
Oh, we're not friends anymore? I didn't know that. That's news to me.
Shout out to Jason Kincaid. Send some love his way. He recently lost his cat.
Yeah.
So I also was supposed to wrestle Kincaid, and this time it just didn't happen because it was a JV Insanity show. We all know how those go. The show just ended up not happening. It might have been, actually, I am almost positive it was the show Jason was talking about last time where the ring broke. Because then the rest of the show was canceled.
Yeah.
But it was supposed
that very
to be,
well might be.
it was supposed to be me and Jason Kincaid in a European rules match. And I had never been in one of those.
Yeah.
And I had to like research it and watch. I watched a shitload of European wrestling in preparation, and me and Kincaid were super pumped about it because it would be so different. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the show where Chance broke the ring.
The 12 of us in the audience would have really appreciated all the work you put into that.
I think it's telling that none of us picked a match with anyone in WWE.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were definitely contemporaries of a lot of those guys.
What? I forgot I was going to say something about WWE, and now he said that, and it threw me off.
I used a big word, and Tim doesn't know what to do with it.
Well, Jason Kincaid, nothing on him. It's really funny to work him now because like all the young workers like have known us for 20 years, and the excitement in locker rooms when we get to wrestle each other, everyone goes, "Oh, I heard you work Kincaid. Oh, I heard you work Kincaid," which is crazy. Kincaid always pulls the same brother thing that's hilarious. I'll be like, what do you want to do? He's like, my neck's kind of bothering me, so let's try to stay away from that. And then we're doing superplex and Canadian. And like during it, I'll be like, "What do you think we should do here?" He's like, "Oh, give me a superplex." I'm like, "Okay." Like, uh,
My favorite Jason Kincaid story I'll tell on the podcast is uh he got into a backstage well, he actually got into an in-ring altercation with somebody at a show in Clarksburg, and one of the Irish Saint guys, and or is that what they were called? Irish Airborne.
no, Irish Airborne.
Irish Airborne
Oh,
guys.
okay.
And it proceeded to continue backstage, and they were Kincaid was on top of, I think it was Dave is like the loose wire one, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So Jason's on top of uh Dave, and Dave has a handful of Kincaid's beard, and I'm over top of Kincaid, and like I definitely know that that's an awful. So I reached down and put my hand over Dave so he couldn't get a grip or pull or anything, and then I get my arm around Kincaid's neck, and Chance runs in and grabs Dave and is trying to pull him, and I pull Kincaid back off. And we like Kincaid is a legit badass. Like Kincaid can like, but so as I pull Kincaid up and I've got him like this, he kind of like glances behind him to see who's grabbing him, and then I just hear, "Hey, Bubby," and I just let go of him, and he's like, he just comes behind me and like just walks to a different room. But yeah, just that like momentary glance back, and then the "Hey, Bubby," he's just completely calm.
So that brings up a fun question here. Have you guys ever got into a real life fight in the ring during an actual match?
Yeah,
I have too. Yep.
Multiple ones.
not that many.
There's only
Consider
one that I
like-
can think of, like throwing legitimate punches,
I'll tell you guys my like the
like completely dropping all pretenses that you're in a wrestling match and you start fighting for real.
I don't
pretty
think
pretty close to it. I went to a show with Vance. It
so.
wasn't Black Diamond, but it was the other promotion that ran up there. The one where
304.
Tim almost died.
304.
Was that 304?
That wasn't 304, was
I
it?
thought it was
No.
XWE or something.
Oh, you're talking about yeah, you're right.
X something.
XWE. XWE, I think, yeah.
So I ride with Vance the show. I'm not booked or anything. And there was a dude on the show called Bishop Slade.
Okay, I
Uh,
know who that is.
You know who he is?
Mhm.
So like I think he was like a CZW, IW Mid South guy. Like he had done a lot of deathmatch stuff, and he was booked to wrestle the Sandman in a hardcore match. Sandman, I believe the story went that he got hammered and couldn't make his flight. I think that's what happened. I don't know if I heard, but I recall that being so. They were trying to figure out who could work Bishop, and I don't know if Vance said like Cash is here or if they just came up and asked me. But either way, I was asked, "Hey, do you want to take Sandman's spot and do this hardcore match with Bishop Slade?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's cool." So I go over to talk to Bishop about what we're going to do. He has zero interest in talking to me. He's also drinking, and he has two giant dudes with him, like his entourage. So I was like,
He's
"All
a
right,"
giant dude.
and he's a giant dude
as well.
too. He made me look small. Uh, so I was like, "Well, all right, see you out there then." It's a hardcore match, like it's not that fucking difficult. So as we're standing on the stairs before the match, to go out, him and the two dudes are behind me, and they're clearly all drunk, like they're all hammered. And so we get out for the match, and like immediately he gives me a straight up punch to the face, and like I'm pretty good about I'll give you one, and I'll be like, "Hey, light up, brother," or something. And then if you get the second one, like, okay, that was not on accident. So he gives me a second one, pops me right in the face, and I was like, oh, fuck. So I sell around and go to the floor, and as he comes out of the ring to the floor, as soon as he raises his head up, I just start popping him in the nose, repeated punches. Like I get like 5 or 6 in on him, and he's like trying to back away and telling me to stop, and that it's over, it's good. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. So like I go to walk around the ring to get back in. And the one time I will give Tony Wolf credit, Tony Wolf's the referee for the match, and I hear him yell my name, and I look back at him and he's pointing for me to get in the ring. And I'm like, but it was like clearly not a referee, like, come on, Cash, get it back in the ring. So I get back in the ring. I look. One of the dudes with Bishop had a fucking beer bottle in his hand, coming at me with it from the outside. So as soon as Bishop got back in the ring, I kick him in the face as he's rolling in, and then pull him up and say, body slam me. He does it, falls on top of me. Tony jumps down, 1, 2, 3, we're out of there. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, he
Jeez.
just, I don't know what the fuck his problem was, other than he was drunk and didn't know me, but yeah. And then,
My
yeah, if that dude would have cracked me with a beer bottle.
my story's not that good, so I probably should have went first. So I don't know if he's passed away now, but have you ever heard of the wrestler Ivan Radsky? Did like a Russian gimmick up in the Erie area. So Rocky did these little tiny shows with this money guy, and it was called like Keystone Independent Championship Wrestling. It was super tiny shows. I want to say maybe 10 people in the crowd for this first show. And I'm working Ivan Radsky, and we get out there. I'm baby, he's heel. And he just starts like chopping the shit out of me like we're in the fucking Tokyo Dome in front of 40,000. And I keep telling him after like the fourth, fifth one, I'm like, all right, man, there's nobody here. There's no need to do this. And he wouldn't stop, so I just punched him right in the fucking face as hard as I could. Instantly, he dove for a double leg, but I did do amateur wrestling, so I knew enough to kick my legs out. I put him in a front chancery and started gator rolling him and choking the shit out of him for real. And he got to the rope, and when he got up, I just yelled across the ring, "You done now?" And we went back to working.
You done now? I've had to put that in the ring. You done? We're good? Everything fine now?
I see the closest I've got is Bobby Fulton. I worked OCW back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked OCW back in the day, and he wasn't there when I was, because I'm always there before everybody else. But anyway, the guy, you're going to work Bobby Fulton or whatever, and he got there like right before the show started, and I just got into gear. I walked over to him. I said, "Are me and you are working tonight or whatever?" And he goes, looks up at me and just goes, "Just listen to me out there." And I said, "Okay." And so I left, like Cash was saying in that one. And the promoter, Jeff Cannon, came over to me before, and he goes, "How do you think it's going to go?" I said, "I have no idea, dude. He doesn't want to talk." So we'll see. And he goes, his eyes got big. He's like, "Okay." So we go out there and we lock up, and he backs me. I'm kind of letting him lead. He's obviously the veteran. Backs me into the corner and just punches me for real in the face. And I'm like, and then backs up. And I'm like, "Oh, all right." So we lock up again. I think, well, this is the turn thing that every wrestler does. So I take him back to the corner. And at first he tries to take me back again, but then I kind of do the turn. I'm like, "No, it's my turn." So I turn and I was like, "Oh." I turn or whatever, and he goes, "Take a punch." Even though I turned to him, I'm like, "Okay, I am the heel." So
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, maybe that's the thing we're doing." For real, punches me again. I take a bump and I roll outside and go, "What the should I? Is this man shield?" I'm like trying to make a decision. Is this old man trying to beat me up for real right now? And I'm like, "Okay." So I get back in. I lock up with him, and I headlock takeover or whatever. Let him work up, take him to a corner, and he goes, "Let me give you a punch." And I don't say anything. He goes to punch me. I duck and I give him one as hard as I can. But so he's like, doesn't expect a punch, and I catch him like in the forehead. Like, yeah. And then
Only way it could have been better is if you were wearing a ring and it fucking left a mark in his forehead.
I was like, on top of his forehead. So I back up, do the same thing he did to me earlier, and you can see he's very. And so we lock up. He takes a headlock on me and goes, "Easy, brother, easy." And I'm like, okay, I get what he's saying. Like, but he's the one that started. And then we had an okay match or whatever, like just him talking and calling, whatever. So we get to the back or whatever, and then he just puts me over to the promoter about how great it was and how good I did or whatever.
So I think I know why he put you over, because the me and Homicide match started kind of similar. So we're locking up, we're jostling for position, and just out of nowhere, he slapped the shit out of me. And I instinctively, I wasn't even like wrestler mode. I just got slapped, so I instantly slapped him right the fuck back. And then he started working, and when we got to the back, he's like, "I did that on purpose, because like you don't know the people at these indie shows. Like, you don't know if they're actually trained, if they actually know what the fuck they're doing. They're like, so I tested you. I slapped you to see what you do, and you slapped me back. I'm like, okay, this kid knows what he's doing. He's a worker." And then we went out and had a fucking banger of a match.
That is a good match. I've seen
Man,
that.
I miss Homicide.
Yeah, he was a good dude, man. Dustin was driving him to the airport the next day, and he was asking him his thoughts on it. And he's like, "How would you rate that match?" He's like, I'd give it 9 out of 10. I think that kid should be in Ring of Honor. Is what Dustin.
Oh.
That's what Dustin told me. He said, tell a friend, tell a wrestler, tell a phone.
Yeah, I got a story from Dustin too about Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. He took them back to the airport and they were talking about the match. And he said, I like the long hair guy. Billy Gunn said, I like the long hair guy, but the other guy's the shit.
And who was the other guy?
JD.
And what happened to JD in that match? Tell what was
it
said
wasn't-
to you? What was said to you before the show, before the match, though?
It was the
Okay.
Billy Gunn boot, right?
So the bad thing that happened to JD was that he got paired up with Billy. And let's just say Billy had lots of artificial energy. So Billy was going 1 million miles per hour. Like watching it from the outside, I was like, oh my God, he's fast. And JD wasn't keeping up because JD was trying to pace like wrestling does. Take two this way and then this way. And it just did not work. But in the back, the finish was I run in at Billy. He puts up a boot, gives me a big boot. I stumble back. I take the famouser. So Billy tells me this. I'm like, okay, cool. Sounds good. So Billy walks off and Road Dogg comes over and puts his arm around me. And he goes, hey, kid, when he throws that boot up, put your hand up. He will break your damn nose. I've seen him do it. And I was like, okay, thanks. And sure enough, if you watch the video, he throws it. But I was ready. He didn't get me, but
Did he not get JD with it?
no, he didn't. He clotheslined the crap out of JD. There's a picture of him clotheslining JD, and it's like JD's mouth is being hit with Billy's huge arm. I took the jackhammer from Billy, and Jesus, like
I mean,
it was.
Billy Gunn is one of the largest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Well, we were talking in the back about like working out and all that kind of stuff. He's legit 275, 6'5".
Dude, the three biggest people I've ever met in wrestling: Billy Gunn, Mark Henry, and Claudio.
Adam Cole. Oh,
Oh, wayo. He's the biggest in friendship and spirit.
Claudio and Billy Gunn are very similar. Like they're fucking tall and big. And then Mark Henry, remember we were the Arnolds, and I was turned around saying something to you, and I turned around and ran into Mark Henry as he was coming through those doors. It was like walking into the fucking wall. And like I'm a big dude. Hitting him was like there was no give on his part whatsoever. Like I was nothing to him. I was a fly hitting him.
So we're talking about how big Billy Gunn is. If you're a promoter up in Erie, who do you put Billy Gunn with?
Aaron Draven.
Bill Collier.
Bill Collier.
Bill Collier's the obvious one. No. They put him with Rocky Reynolds. Like one of the shortest fucking guys on their roster.
I remember Billy Gunn at that same building that the Clarksburg incident with Jason Kincaid. Billy Gunn worked a show there, and I did not know he was on it because I never knew who the hell was working those shows. I would just show up, and I remember walking in and Billy Gunn sitting there, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like the rest of us, there's nobody else on this show that even like Chase. What's Chase?
Stevens.
Chase Stevens worked a lot of those, but he wasn't on that one. I was like, the one time we need Chase Stevens at this show, like to fucking put somebody else in the back that looks like he could be a peer of Billy Gunn. The rest of us look like small little children, and this giant human man sitting in the middle of the locker room, just like shooting the shit, acting like I was like, you're in Clarksburg, West Virginia, man. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, plus usually when a name comes in, they're typically the face. So like, who's gonna work believable heat on Billy Gunn? Like me? Like no one's gonna believe that. He's got. So what's funny is I'm getting ready to work a very small guy coming up. I just was told, and he's like 100. Let's shoot 130, and very skinny. And I'm the face, and he's the heel, and he's over. And I told V, I said, I'm just gonna have to hurt myself somehow. That's the only thing that's believable is I'm old, my bones are brittle. I'll do some kind of offensive maneuver, hurt myself.
So you're the baby face and you're the bigger guy? You want a match to watch to get some ideas?
Sure.
WrestleMania 11, Diesel versus Shawn Michaels. Michaels is the heel in that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's going to have to create motion around you and bump like a pinball for 80% of the match, but it will work. Me and Bill Collier ripped off the structure of that one for what I would say is one of my top 3 matches I've ever had.
Well, if that ain't breaking kayfabe, I don't know what is.
Hey,
We've got a lot more stories from our careers and our experiences in wrestling that we can tell you guys. So if you're interested in hearing more of those, let us know. Even if you're not, we're still going to do it. So like you're interested.
Facts.
Make us feel good about ourselves. But we will be coming back next week, probably, most likely, as long as I'm not. I had the black lung pop last week. I don't know what exactly was going on, but I thought I was going to die. Hopefully we'll be back. I don't know if there's any big shows coming up.
Saturday Night's Main Event is Saturday.
I don't know if there's any big shows coming up.
Did you guys know this is the 50th episode? 50. It's only taken us 5 years to get here.
That's been a year. We pace ourselves, kids.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back. Okay, so we'll review Saturday Night's Main Event, and then
Oh God, do we have to?
Some more stories from our illustrious careers. Some are still happening now. So
Jason's.
Fine. So until next time, keep breaking that kayfabe. Don't let it build itself back up. It can't. Or AI will run the world. I'm trying to tie up everything.
Perfect. No notes
for you. See y'all next week. Thanks for joining us once again. Go buy t-shirts. Like all the stuff on social media. Follow us. Do all that stuff. Cool. Thanks. Bye.